My best man stood up at my wedding and announced, "I can't let you marry her after what I found in her basement." The reception hall went silent, 200 guests staring at Marcus as he stood there in his rented tux, holding a manila folder with shaking hands. My bride Emma turned white as a sheet beside me, her bouquet dropping to the altar. I'd known Marcus since we were 12. He'd never been dramatic, never caused scenes. He was the guy who helped me pick out the engagement ring, organized my bachelor party, been nothing but supportive of Emma since I introduced them 3 years ago. But for the past 2 weeks, he'd been acting strange, asking weird questions about Emma's house, about how long she'd lived there, about her family history. I thought it was wedding stress. Maybe nerves about his best man speech. Last Tuesday, he showed up at my apartment looking like he hadn't slept, said he needed to borrow my truck to move furniture for his sister. When I offered to help, he insisted he could handle it alone. He returned it 6 hours later with mud on the tires and scratches on the tailgate. Thursday, he asked if I'd ever been in Emma's basement. I told him no, that she kept it locked and said it was just storage from her grandmother's estate. Old furniture, photo albums, boring family stuff. He nodded but looked troubled, like my answer confirmed something he didn't want to hear. Friday night at the rehearsal dinner, Marcus barely spoke. He picked at his salmon and kept staring at Emma with this expression I couldn't read. When she excused herself to the bathroom, he leaned over and asked if I really knew everything about her past. I laughed it off, said of course I did. We'd been together 3 years. But Marcus shook his head and said sometimes people hide things, even from the people they love most. Emma returned before I could ask what he meant. The morning of the wedding, Marcus pulled me aside while I was adjusting my tie. He looked like he'd been crying, which freaked me out because I'd never seen him emotional about anything. He kept saying he was sorry, that he never should have gone looking, that some secrets should stay buried. I asked what he was talking about, but the photographer interrupted for family pictures, and Marcus went silent. During the ceremony, I noticed him fidgeting with something in his jacket pocket, checking his phone, glancing at the exit like he wanted to run. When the minister asked if anyone objected to the marriage, I held my breath, but Marcus stayed quiet. I thought whatever was bothering him had passed. Then came the reception, dinner, the toasts, and Marcus standing up with that folder. He opened it slowly, his voice shaking as he spoke to the entire room. 3 days ago, I went to Emma's house while you were both at work. I picked the basement lock because I was worried, because of some things I'd heard from people at her job. Emma grabbed my arm, her nails digging in. "Marcus, please don't," she whispered, but he continued. "What I found down there isn't storage from her grandmother." He pulled out photographs, his hands trembling. "It's evidence of what Emma's been doing for the past 5 years, and why she can never be trusted." That's when I saw what was in those pictures, and everything I thought I knew about the woman I'd just married shattered completely.